I usually don't do these tech reviews because why bother, right? You get out, you have your equipment, you can enjoy it, have fun with it. Why sit in front of a camera for hours on end to review something that 100 other people have? But in this case, I got something that nobody's reviewed yet, and I think it really deserves some attention. And what I'm looking at right now is this. So this appeared on Kickstarter, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 8 months ago for really cheap price, about 90 bucks Canadian per camera, and we were promised all sorts of fantastic stuff. On the box it says 1080p image, which is fine, night vision, pretty standard. Got the IR illuminator, which is great. Got a 1500 meter night range. Now I'm reading this off the box, keep in mind. It's got 5 times optical zoom, 10 times digital, 7-layer coated lens, 2-inch TFT screen, 10 hours of battery life, max 128 gigs of storage, and IPX4 waterproof. Now, I usually don't care about unboxing stuff, but in this case I'm going to do it because for the price of this I'm kind of pissed off. So let's just say each was about 100 bucks, plus we paid another $80 shipping. Now, the shipping, keep in mind, when you got this, you'd think for 80 bucks come from China, it'd be in a box, it'd be padded, it'd be protected, and it wasn't. This came in a padded envelope. There's no protection to it. The box had some damage to it, and for 80 bucks, Duovox, you can do a hell of a lot better than that. Now, I'm going to unbox this, so I got to just swap my camera here. So here comes the unboxing experience. Get your crappy book, which explains enough, but the font is really tiny, so good luck with a magnifying glass. Protected by a piece of thin foam, which is actually thicker than the envelope that they sent it in. Now, I've already had this open, I'm not going to pretend I didn't, but this is a USB Type 2 cable, and that's kind of a piss off because has USB-C type in there. Whatever, camera focus, who cares? Now this is the camera. This is the sponge it's packed in, and the bottom's got a little bit of give to it, but that's what it came packed in an envelope for $80. Now this is the camera itself, and this is plastic. 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 Everything is plastic except for this right here, which is fine. This right here, they said, oh, once we get so much, we're going to include a lens cap for $30. $30 fucking dollars for that? Are you shitting me? Whatever. Anyways, let's get to the meat of the video here. Now, this little camera's had a lot of bold statements made about it by Duovox. I've seen a septic tank less full of shit than the Kickstarter campaign. First of all, it does have IR. Let me turn it on here. Oh, yeah, that's on. So, it does work. You know, some of the claims made on the box is true. It does have 1080p, which is fine. It has illuminator, which that little light is the illuminator. It is pretty cool. I won't lie. It is fairly simplistic to use. It really is. Like, I can't make up fictitious shit about it just because it pisses me off. 1500 meter night range, that's 1.5 kilometers or almost a mile. It doesn't come close. Like, that's a bald-faced lie. The 5 times optical zoom, now that's something that really gets to me, because they advertise it on the box and they advertise it on the site as having 5 times optical zoom. With every camera I've ever used, when it claimed an optical zoom, that meant that it went from the lowest limit, which is 0, to the upper limit, which would be in this case 5. And that's another lie. This is locked at a 5 times optical zoom, which means that when you're looking at something probably 10 feet in front of you, through the camera, it looks like it is directly in front of you. And that is pissing a lot of people off, because a lot of people, myself included, I wanted to use this for hiking. And being able to look on the trail at night for whatever would have been fantastic, but it's just, you can't do it. It's impossible. Standing up, it looks like my foot is right in front of the camera. Like, it looks like I have my camera on top of my foot. And that's dog shit. 10 times digital zoom, it does have that, and it does work fairly well. I'm not going to lie. You know, I have my iPhones, I have a Canon camera that I'm recording this on, I have multiple GoPros, DJI cameras, all sorts of wonderful stuff, and the digital zoom on this is fairly well done. I've used it at night with the IR, I've used it in the day, and yeah, it's fairly good. 7-layer coated lens, sure, well, whatever floats your boat. The 2-inch screen, it does go really bright, it's really clear, it's a nice screen. 10 hours battery life, come on. As soon as you turn it to the highest IR, or even, like, it's got 7 levels, and as soon as you hit level 7, the battery pegs down a notch already because it's killing it so fast. The 10 hours battery life is probably a pretty big stretch. I imagine if you left it on standby, you might get probably 4. Yeah, but whatever. You could probably plug a battery pack into it and call it a day. 128 gigs of storage max, well, that's whatever you decide to put into it. And IPX4 waterproof. I'm not going to go and dunk this in the water to see if it's true. Like, there's no way, shape, or form I'm going to do that. Now, one of the claims that they made on their site when I ordered this was that at night it had full color display. Let's see if it's in here. That's what it says. Duovox Ultra is equipped with advanced low lighting imaging technology and optical zoom lens, providing clear and vivid 1080p FHD images. It is suitable for various applications such as night observation, camping, hiking, fishing, dashboard cam, and security monitoring. 3 night vision functions. Here we go. Video recording, record video in high definition, which is great. So there's a video mode, there's a photo mode, video playback, photo playback. But there's something missing in here. What's missing is that this does not do any form of low light video. Period. There is no ands, ifs, or buts. It just doesn't. You can use it in the daytime and it works fine. But you turn it on at night, it's just like having your phone out recording at night. There's no adjustments to be made. So now you can see what I got set up is I got the Duovox camera. She's set up. I got the lens of the camera, so I'll put my finger between. Boop. So I got my regular camera here. As you can see, it's focused on the Duovox. Let's zoom in a little bit. What you see is at the other end of the room. That chair looks like it should be 5 feet in front of the camera. Now I'm going to go here. This is me. I'm going to walk backwards. This will give you an idea of how much it zooms. So I'm at that chair. It's about 30 feet away from the camera. This is how much it zoomed in. So now I've gotten the IR on. And as you can see, it does work fairly well. I mean, I'm not going to lie. There's different levels of it. As you can see, the IR illuminates great. The camera's good at night. Unfortunately, I'm about 20 feet away, and it's like I'm standing right in front of the camera. This is no magnification on that camera. This is my filming camera. No magnification. So you can see it right there, exposure compensation. Now, what I tried doing is I was hoping that perhaps, let's see if the camera will focus in on this. There we go. Perhaps changing one of these settings is how you get the night mode, which is perfectly valid. It doesn't do a thing. There is no EV comp at all. The function, basically you can pick whatever you want. When you pick some of these and you go in the light, it should blow the whole screen white. Like you shouldn't be able to see anything. Like a regular camera like this, like a phone, like anything. So at night, because of that, you should have some low light video. Which, to me, that's not working. Your low light's not working. We've been lied to. 100%. So, Duovox has set out a Kickstarter with bold claims on a camera that they've directly lied to the consumer on. 100%. And I'm not the only one having this problem. As a matter of fact, both of these cameras don't do it. I don't know if it's a software limitation, that they have to release a firmware update. And at this point, I really don't care because, oh shit, look at that. 2 night vision modes right there, advertised directly on the box. The only way you're going to get any full color night vision is if you haul out your flashlight. Oh dear God. You hold your flashlight and you flash it and it can see color. And that's what really pisses me off, because I spent $90 on this piece of shit and I spent $25 on this little 8-man action camera from somewhere for 4K video. And guess what? You can unscrew the filter, remove the IR filter from it, and guess what I got? Actually, let's do this. Alright, so this isn't the best example, but I've turned off all the lights, and as you can see, this little camera that cost dirt simple or dirt cheap. So I've turned off the lights, and this little camera that was dirt cheap does not have an IR lens, and you can fix that red in post on any video editing program. To watch this. So it's not as dark as I'd like it to be. Anyway, you get the idea. So now you can see the problems I have with this. When you can get one of these cheap action cameras, which you can take the IR lens out, or the IR filter, use this at night, hooked up with a flashlight, which $20 on Amazon or whatever, for $60. It's pretty good. Doesn't zoom, whatever. When you pay $100 for something, and it says 5 times optical zoom, there's no zoom, you get it on the premise that, holy shit, it can do full color night, and it does absolutely nothing without the use of a flashlight. And there's another issue, and that's the amount of software glitches that these things have. And it is outrageous. When you turn it on, most of the time, some piece of software or filter gets glitched and it gets stuck. And all you're seeing is a purple screen or a software glitch screen. So I don't know about anybody else, but what this feels like is a dash cam put into a case with a battery, a little LCD screen, and supported by a bunch of bullshit. 100%. Duovox, you can do a hell of a lot better than this, and you should refund a lot of your customers for your blatant lies. This does not do full color at night. There is no 5 times optical zoom except for what's set in the camera and baked in, and you cannot change it at all. But for that and the $80 shipping in a padded envelope to my door, and one of the boxes is beat to shit, that's disgusting. I'll never buy another Duovox product again, and I highly do not recommend this camera. Walk away from it, buy yourself a little action cam, buy yourself an IR flashlight, and live with that instead, because this is overpriced shit.